This program is designed to help office employees recognize common health and safety hazards in the workplace and take steps to avoid injury and harm. While an office may not seem like a dangerous place, many accidents and injuries occur daily in office settings. Small tasks, such as using a keyboard, handling paper, and entering or exiting a room, can cause an injury if one is not cautious. Pay close attention, make the necessary changes, and you will find your day at the office much safer and enjoyable. This training program will cover the following topics: positive safety attitude, security, slips, trips, and falls, musculoskeletal disorder, MSD, back safety, eye strain, germs and bacteria, chemical use and safety, fire safety, miscellaneous office hazards, first aid, emergency procedures. Winston Churchill, the famous wartime British leader, once said, "Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference." A positive safety attitude at all times and at the office can make a big difference and benefit you, your coworkers, and your company. Employees who are aware of safety and health-related issues and take steps to avoid or eliminate them are a benefit to the company and their coworkers. Employees with positive safety attitudes keep alert to their surroundings, identify hazards and ways to prevent them, stay focused on the task at hand, always observe safety rules and procedures, even if it takes a little longer, and take personal responsibility to ensure the safety of themselves as well as their co-workers. Employees with negative safety attitudes can also make a big difference. Unfortunately, it's not the kind of difference which leads to a safe and healthy work environment. Employees with negative safety attitudes are complacent with what they are doing and take shortcuts that are not safe for themselves or others around them, and are distracted by their surroundings, don't pay close enough attention to detail, or don't follow safety rules and procedures. Which employee do you want to work alongside? What safety culture do you want to work in? You can take many steps to help secure your safety at work when it comes to security. Whenever possible, always enter and leave work with a coworker. This is especially true for employees who arrive or leave work when it is dark outside. Park in well-lit areas, especially if you're in a garage. Lock vehicles at all times. Have your car keys ready before you exit your building. Look in your window before getting into your car. Report suspicious individuals or activity to your supervisor. Slips, trips, and falls are one of the most common sources of injuries in the workplace, but are also the easiest hazards to prevent. Slips are caused predominantly by wet surfaces. Always caution others of spills and wet surfaces by immediately marking the area with wet floor signs. Take necessary steps to clean the area or notify the janitorial department. Marking and cleaning up wet surfaces immediately can prevent some workplace injuries. Outside entryways are especially susceptible to being wet during adverse weather conditions. It is best to have carpet mats located just inside all entryways to wipe your shoes on as you enter from outside. Keep an umbrella canister just inside the door to place wet umbrellas and a wet floor sign nearby. Slip-resistant mats should be placed in break rooms near the sink to avoid slipping. Not all slips are caused by the surface itself, but may be caused by the employee's shoes. Employees should wear slip-resistant shoes whenever possible, especially those working in areas which are prone to be wet. Often, the causes of trips are easily identifiable. It is important to remove such hazards or address them to lessen the possibility of harm. Keep walking paths clear of obstacles. Not only can such items cause someone to trip, but they can also hinder or prevent escape in the event of a fire or other emergency. Poorly lit work areas can make it difficult to see potential tripping objects, as well as cause strain on your eyes. Keep work areas well lit and replace burned out bulbs immediately. Cables, extension cords, and even carpet runners can be a danger in the office. Reroute cords and cables which cross pathways. When this isn't feasible, you must secure such cables and cords to the ground with tape or by other means. Report any flooring which is loose to your supervisor. Loose tiles in restrooms, break rooms, and kitchens should be replaced or repaired. Torn or frayed carpet should also be replaced. Cover such areas with a mat until repaired. While not always common, uneven walkways, usually in doorways, can cause you to trip when you aren't expecting the change in elevation or if you are distracted. Uneven walkways should be marked with proper warning signs. The risk of falling is present when working at any elevation. Sometimes people fall because of inattention to their surroundings. Never text or use your cell phone while you are walking. Falls can also be the result of slips and trips. In an office setting, employees often use a chair as a ladder or stepping stool. This can be very dangerous. Never use a chair as a means of reaching a higher elevation. Always use an appropriate ladder anytime you are performing a task at a higher elevation, even if you're just hanging a picture or adjusting something on the wall. Musculoskeletal disorders, or MSDs, are illnesses that gradually damage muscles, tendons, and nerves in the hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, neck, and back. No job is exempt from the risk of MSD, whether it is construction, cashier, mechanic, or office employees. Different MSDs can occur depending upon the type of work and workplace. Whether certain work activities put an employee at risk of injury often depends on how long, how often, and how intense the employee's exposure to the risk factors in the activity. Any of these factors can put an employee at risk. Musculoskeletal disorders are commonly caused by one of three factors. Repetitive motions, such as typing or using a computer mouse. Awkward working positions. Long periods of time sitting or standing in one position. Many companies teach their employees and encourage the use of ergonomics to help prevent musculoskeletal disorder. Ergonomics deals with designing and arranging items or equipment people use so the person and items work together efficiently and safely. Here are some of the ways employees can help minimize musculoskeletal disorders. Avoid repetitive motions. Alternate positions frequently. Take regular breaks. Get up from your desk and move around the office area. Avoid sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. Use wrist and arm supports when typing on the keyboard. Adjust chairs for comfort and good posture. Back injuries can be very painful and keep you from enjoying everyday normal activities. Lifting the wrong way, as well as using bad posture when sitting or standing, can cause serious injury to your back. When sitting at your desk, sit up with back straight and shoulders back. Your buttocks should be touching the back of the chair. Bend your knees at right angles and keep your feet flat on the floor. Avoid sudden twists and turns. Instead, turn your whole body. Use proper lifting techniques whenever you lift an object. Even lifting something as light as an office paper shredder can cause a back injury if not lifted properly. Test object to verify it is not too heavy for one person to pick up. Plan a direct route to carry the object to its new location. Bend at your hips and knees while maintaining a straight back. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. Tighten your stomach. Get a good grip on the object. Lift the object close to the body. Lift with your legs. Office employees tend to spend many hours in front of computer screens, conference monitors, and personal tablets, which can cause eye strain. Other possible sources of eye strain include reading for long periods of time, poor lighting, excessive lighting, and incorrect prescription glasses. Eye strain can cause painful headaches, blurred vision, and burning in the eyes. Just as it is necessary to give other parts of your body rest breaks, you should also do the same for your eyes. Reducing eye strain at work may be as simple as paying closer attention to your individual workplace. Adjust the lighting to maximize illumination and minimize glare. Take breaks and step away from the task. Stretch your arms, back, neck, and legs. Walk to other areas and allow your eyes to focus on different objects at different distances. Briefly look away from the task into other rooms or out a window. Consciously blink several times. Close your eyes and massage your temples for a short period of time. And adjust the distance of your computer screen or reading material from your eyes. You can also increase the text size on your computer. If you continue to experience eye pain, loss of vision, and/or irritation, you should see a doctor. You may be experiencing something more than eye strain, and an eye examination should be performed. It is important to keep work areas clean of germs and bacteria, which can cause illness and lead to time off from work, visits to the doctor, and even more serious consequences. Office kitchens, break rooms, conference rooms, doorknobs, and restrooms are also areas with high levels of contamination. While most people understand the restroom contains germs, many don't realize the desk they sit at usually harbors more germs and harmful bacteria than the restroom. Anytime you have an area or object which is used by many people, the risk of contamination is high. As preventative measures, you should always wash your hands frequently and thoroughly. Wipe down all areas and items at your desk with disinfectant wipes, including your desk phone, mouse, keyboard, desk handles, stapler, writing utensils, chairs, and light switches. Don't forget your cell phone. Use disinfectant wipes throughout the kitchen on faucet handles, microwave buttons and handles, refrigerator handle, vending machine buttons, can openers, cabinet handles and doors, and other items not mentioned. Use disposable cups and plates when possible. Otherwise, personally wash all dishes and eating utensils before and after use. Chemical safety is just as important in the office as it is in industrial settings. Printer ink, toner, and whiteout are just a few of the chemicals found in office workplaces. Use caution and care when handling. Follow manufacturer's guidelines for use and disposal. Additionally, office kitchens and restrooms have chemicals which are used on a daily basis. Make sure all chemicals are properly labeled. Never put any type of chemical in a spray bottle without indicating on the bottle what it contains. Simple household chemicals can be very dangerous when mixed improperly, combined, or used in the wrong amounts or ways not intended. Keep safety data sheets on hand for every chemical present, and make sure all employees have access to them at all times in case of an emergency. Fire hazards are present everywhere. Prevention is the best defense against fire. Keep all flammable and combustible material away from heat sources which might cause a fire. Candles should not be used at work. Other items used around the office which could cause a fire include coffee makers, individual coffee warmers, space heaters, and oil burners. Many times, employees forget and leave such items turned on overnight. Follow your company's rules concerning these hazards. There was a time when smoking in an office was the norm. Now you can smoke only in designated areas, usually outside away from the building. In the event a fire should occur, you need to know the correct emergency procedures to follow. Remember the 3 A's: activate, assist, and attempt. Activate the fire alarm and/or call 911. Assist others in exiting the building. Knowing all available fire exits can save your life. Always take the stairs to exit a building during an emergency and not the elevator. Know the designated meeting area to report to after exiting the building. Attempt to extinguish the fire. Know where the fire extinguishers are located and how to use them properly. You should only attempt to fight a fire when the fire is small and contained, you are safe from toxic smoke, you have a means of escape, and your instincts tell you it is okay. You must know how to use an extinguisher before attempting to extinguish a fire. Make sure you are using the correct extinguisher or it could actually spread the fire. Use the pass system. Pull the pin by the handle. Aim the hose of the extinguisher at the base of the fire. Squeeze the trigger. Then sweep back and forth. There are many other possible safety hazards located throughout the office. Often, employees don't give them a second thought because most are everyday items people have been using since elementary school. Here are just a few things you should be cautious with. Scissors. Scissors contain sharp blades and pointed ends. Use common sense when cutting and storing. When carrying, hold by the closed blades and keep to your side. Paper cutters. Same as with scissors, paper cutters contain a sharp blade. Keep fingers clear of the blade and use as directed by the manufacturer. File cabinets. Load from the bottom up. Top-heavy file cabinets can and will tip over on you. Never open more than one drawer at a time, and always close the drawers when done. Shelves. Do not overload storage shelves beyond their weighted capacity. Think safety when placing items on shelves. Always use an appropriate ladder when reaching for any shelf above shoulder height. Pencils and pens. When walking, never carry with the sharpened end pointed out. Keep down to your side. Staplers. Keep fingers clear of the staple. When removing staples, use a staple remover, not your fingernails. Electrical items. Desk lamps, radios, pencil sharpeners, and computers are just a few of the possible electrical items which might be sitting on your desk. Every electrical item, plug, or outlet can be the source of an electrical shock. Check the wires periodically to ensure they are not frayed. Keep cords clear of chairs and your feet. Never overload an outlet and use proper surge protectors. Chairs. Never lean back in your chair unless it is designed to do so. Inspect your chair occasionally for loose screws, cracked supports, or other possible damage. Replace broken chairs and dispose of the broken chair properly. Injuries can happen anytime and anywhere. Be prepared and know beforehand what to do in case someone needs first aid. First aid is limited care for an illness or injury until trained medical attention can arrive. Know the location of all first aid kits and who is CPR certified in your department. If you are unsure of this information, talk to your supervisor. In an emergency, call 911 for medical help. Provide as much information about the injured person to help the emergency medical techs when they arrive. Regardless of the severity of the injury, report it to your employer or follow proper procedures set up by your company. The accident will then be investigated to help prevent it from happening again. Make sure you know and understand all your company's rules and procedures regarding emergencies. At the minimum, you should know appropriate personnel to contact in case of any emergency, location of storm tornado shelter, location of all fire exits, location of fire alarms, fire extinguishers, SDS binders, and first aid kits, along with phone numbers of emergency responders. And finally, if you see someone that doesn't belong in your workplace or looks suspicious, call your supervisor or security. Offices are considered to be safe places to work. However, many office injuries that do occur can be prevented. Never take your work for granted, and always work safely and appropriately. Remember, safety begins with you.